Hello and welcome back to SandSport Engage. We have missed you and we are back in the studio. I'll be joining again by Marshall. Marshall, how are you doing, my guy?
Hi, Sips. I'm good, thank you very much. I've just come from a beautiful break and I'm just, oh man, super relaxed and stuff. But apparently I missed a lot this weekend. And you?
Yeah, no, I'm doing great. I've missed the studio. I've missed being with you. I've missed talking about the sport that's going on. But just getting into this episode, it's going to be a good one. We're going to be starting off with the Georges cricket. A great weekend. A new school winning the title. They haven't won it before, and they've done well in recent years since COVID. But eventually this year they got it. So it was a great weekend of cricket at Georges.
Yeah, I heard all about it. I'm very excited to discuss about that. Obviously, then we'll go into the rugby, which is exciting. You know, Harare provincial finals are this weekend. So very excited with the standings. So very excited to talk about that. And then we have the rugby championship, which has also been an interesting one, must I say.
Yeah, a bit of controversy there between the All Blacks and the Springboks. But once again, great weekend of rugby. And then moving on to the go-karting finals, very exciting. We had a winner, and that winner is going to be representing Zimbabwe in the Rock World Super Finals in Italy in October. So it's a great job for them racing at the pole karts track.
Digging deep about that because obviously those are the foundations for Formula One. And then the Paralympics. Oh boy, dude. Quite exciting. I've missed quite a lot of it, but 6 days? Come on. That's so entertaining. It's been so nice to just get to see it more closely. But definitely looking forward to also diving into that as well.
Yeah, I think the Paralympics is a good initiative. It's good to get everyone involved in the world of sport, not because you're just disabled, but once again, just great involvement and really is a good initiative.
Absolutely. And look, we'll be talking about also the under-20 Worlds as well that happened as well. We had some athletes there. But come on, there's definitely setting ourselves the foundation. But yeah, so definitely looking forward to the show today. We've got lots to talk about.
Well, now that Marshall and I have quenched your palates, we hope you are tuned in, and we'll see you for the next episode. Welcome back to the first segment of the SandSport Engage show. We're going to be talking about the cricket that's been happening, but more particularly the Cab T20 smashing St. George's cricket. What a great weekend, what a great show. Wisal, the first time they've ever won this tournament, they've etched their names into history and onto that trophy, and what a great weekend.
My, oh my, oh my, indeed. From what I heard, I missed a great weekend of cricket, Steps. You guys would, all I could hear from the conversations that are going on is like, my, oh my, the different teams. Obviously, there's teams that were phenomenal and teams that were maybe dropped the ball. And definitely something that we can dive into. I mean, obviously, excited to see how the standings really did play in part there. You know, Falcon College and St. George's in there as well in the limelight. It's been interested to not see, you know, the heavyweights such as Peterhouse and St. John's up there as well. So, you know, definitely excited to hear more about this. But for you now, Seps, looking, since you were there particularly, what was it about, you know, the teams that were there that really stood out to you?
I have to give it to Wisal, not just because they won the tournament, but just everything they did in a final, a T20 final, 20 overs of just spin. It's absolutely phenomenal. They restricted Hellenic to just 134, and it was great work. So Wisal, slick bowling, slick fielding, slick batting. Willem Changa in the final scored 67. Great performance. He gave Wisal the front foot when it came down to charging down that target. But also in Hellenic, Dhruv Patel winning player of the tournament. Obviously, great bowling statistics, great batting statistics as well. And it was really just a good weekend all around. You did mention earlier teams that's dropped the ball slightly. I'm going to be a little bit harsh to the heavyweights, as you say. St. John's won the plate final. They dropped down slightly, but probably one of the most disappointing schools was definitely, it has to be Peterhouse. Won it back-to-back. Look, it was going to be a hard ask to win a treble, especially against dominant teams such as Hellenic or Wisal. But Peterhouse, they definitely did decline in their efforts this year. But once again, Falcon, St. George's, in recent years since post-COVID, they've really struggled. But this year, they finally came to the table.
Exciting. Look, we've got to bring it up. Yes, Wisal beating Hellenic. But how amazing is it for the sport? Cricket in general. This is a future of Zimbabwe cricket. Our juniors, we're going to be Zimbabwe, and hopefully we can bring a World Cup to to Zimbabwe and have not only just one trophy, but multiple trophies after that. You know, we've been talking about it for years and years and years, and it's about time we get there. Look, YSL coming out from where it is. Look, it's been the talk of the town. YSL, amazing, amazing, amazing. But hey, talk about it. You're an ex-Hellenic guy. Years ago, Hellenic was the team that came up and have been doing phenomenal with keeping that standard of cricket up. And YSL coming in is just so good for the sport. Yes, the heavyweights dropping it, but I think just in general, they're down for now, but they will be up there. But this is going to be an interesting, years of cricket if the standard stays the same.
Yes, definitely. Talking about me being an ex-Hellenic boy, my year in 2022, we came third. 2023, got to the final, lost to Peterhouse. This year again, got to the final, lost to YSL. So a little bit frustrating if we can't just get that final win in the bag. So 2 back-to-back finals and not winning. YSL, surprisingly, although they only made the final this year, since post-COVID in 2022, they're actually looking very strong. They came to playoff time and they bottled. And 2023 as well bottled. So this year, they finally made it through. They got their done needed. And it was a really good dominant show. But next week, Friday, is the St. John's round T20. And so this is obviously with the waters being shaken up, a little bit of YSL winning, and then it coming second, Falcon and St. George's, all the top 4, St. John's dropping down. It's all going to make for an exciting Rams T20.
Absolutely. And they're not going to see it coming. Now, again, it's great to win. But now, that means everyone's going to be watching you. So, again, can YSL maintain? We're yet to see. But definitely what the coaching staff are doing, what the families are doing, what the boys are doing, fantastic. Well done on you. Hellenic, again, I wouldn't count them out that soon. Definitely a lot of the boys I know play club cricket as well. So they'll be hungry again to cause an upset because, again, this was their years to win it, as you said. So definitely, Sips, something for us to watch out on Friday coming up with the St. John's T20.
But just another thing on the St. George's T20, which has been very, very exciting, is that in the recent years, since 2019, obviously 2020 and 2021, there was COVID, but it's been won by our very own Zimbabwean schools. St. George's, they like to invite schools from outside the country, some in South Africa being Kingswood this year and St. Albans this year. They've invited Namibian College, they've invited St. Andrews, but once again, our very own talent, our very own schools winning the tournament and just showing that we do have some sort of regional dominance when it comes to the cricket.
Absolutely. Look, I've never doubted that Zimbabwe could do it, and I think this is just us showing that. But now all we need to do is now take it further, and hopefully that this generation can see and break. I don't know what's going on, but I think what Zim cricket is doing in general is phenomenal. From all the way from the juniors to the senior level. Come on, our boys are traveling around the world again and definitely getting our support, and this is just fantastic to feed into the international team. So definitely looking forward to seeing them play in the future.
Well, that's the end of this cricket segment. Join us for the next segment. We'll be talking about the finals of the Paramount Garment Harare League. Right, welcome back to the second segment. We'll now be touching on the rugby which transpired over the weekend, and more specifically, the Paramount Garment Harare League. Marsh, what do you got to say on that one?
My oh my, look, what a fantastic end to the season. Look, we've had a fantastic season of rugby, not only for the schoolboy rugby we just ended a month ago, but also, to have the men's league also ending now and the women's league as well, ladies. Let's go. We recognize you, but how fantastic has it been? Really, what an awesome season. It's been a long season, but an awesome season over the winter, both rugby for junior and men's rugby. Look, to see the Zim rugby teams getting involved with their rugby clubs, plus the boys who didn't go on holiday, but actually also jumped in their clubs, just phenomenal. OH Sports Club, OGs, look, the other clubs, fantastic, but in terms of on the men's side, just being the top clubs and just seeing that rivalry coming in there, just phenomenal to see. And also just seeing the teams transpire, like which team got the better of each other. Look, Sports Club having 2 teams in the finals, come on, phenomenal. OGs and OH in the respective leagues having a team each in them, some unexpected, which we'll talk about a little further. And then obviously we have the women's league, which FC Raiders, phenomenal, just to see the ladies come out there and police getting in there. Just it's a surprise not to see Zimbabwe up there because it's something that we all know is usually one of those. But that is the thing about the game is sometimes you win it, sometimes you lose it. I was also talking about the rugby championship, which is happening on right now, which I know you also want to dive into that. But Sips, what's your take on what's been going on so far?
Yeah, so look, the men's championship final, OH Horizon Sports Club, as we briefly touched on, it's always a great rivalry. It starts off from the under-20 league and it filters all the way through up into the men's league. OH coming out on top again, are back-to-back champions for the second year in a row, and most of the Zimbabwe Sables men's filtering into that team, but as well as the Horizon Sports Club, so they get to have a go at each other and maybe one last confidence stamp. And then the men's Division 1s, the Barbarians doing really well. Although they lost in the finals, they still came out on top. And they also played Horizon Sports Club. So Horizon Sports Club doing really well with their rugby. 2 teams in the final for the men's championship and men's Division 1. You were part of the Barbarians, Marsh. How was that experience throughout the season? How you guys played?
Oh, look, no one expected us to win the division. I mean, we knew it. Everyone was playing. That's what, yes, I am a Barbarian. So maybe a bit biased there. Who knows? It is, but it is. I'm allowed to as a club. But again, definitely exciting for the team to be up there. Everyone's been playing our game. We went unbeaten, which is a very interesting perspective for most people that don't know. Barbarians went unbeaten. But Sports Club, again, I think after the first time losing to Barbarians really came with the point to prove the second team. And the guys will be gutted, but what a fantastic season it has been for the team. And no one saw us winning the division, yet alone. Look, it was a trophy on the day. Sports Club won. Give it to them. See you next year. But hey, Barba's last year 5th, this year 1st. We'll see next year. Maybe first unbeaten and a trophy. We'll go that on. And then the women's rugby.
Yeah, look, as you said before, Zimbabwe and FS Raiders have always had this immense rivalry. This time round it was FS Raiders and Police Defenders. So it's good to see a bit of a shake-up in the finalists. Yes, FS Raiders at the end were quite dominant, but once again, just rugby and how the team sports work out, different things that get shaken up all the time.
Look, well said. Look, when it comes to the ladies, just it's so exciting to see 3 teams now up there. We'll definitely be looking forward to having more teams next year. Hopefully that's just set the bar for these clubs to just add more ladies to it. But definitely it's been exciting just to see the growth of rugby with the ladies, and hopefully one day we can have a winning ladies team out there. So ladies, if you're listening to this, we expect you to be there at the next World Cup. Because come on, you can do it. Go believe that,
Exactly. Well, I'm sure that's enough of us talking about the rugby. We're going to cut across and we're going to show you the highlights of the finals between the men's championship and the women's championship.
Actually do this. Kick right there in the middle. Darrell will pick it up. He will attempt to slice people, and it's going, and it's still going, and it's still going. This is the stuff of finals, really. And it's try time, all the Hararians. Hilton Mudariki will pick it up. Hilton will take it out to the line. And it's try time, old Hararians. Aiden holding at the base, and he will pick and drive, and try time, old Hararians. Done what he did in the first half again. Will OH, Rep's hand is still out. Deliberate knock. HSC will receive another yellow card. The current play. Let's see what Hilton and Aiden there at the... Ref will give a penalty try for OH. 7 points straight, and we are back to a 9-point lead.
a record of Dara. I still want that assurance because but now I think we're back to this team.
Wimbai looking for the big hit, but brought down.
Oh, what great highlights and great weekend of rugby all around. But just to quickly run through the log standings in the end. So for the men's championship, it was OH in first, Harare Sports Club in second, third was Pitbulls, and fourth Old Georgians.
Yeah, and then on the Division 1, we had Barbos first, Sports Club second. Obviously, in the trophies that changed around, Sports Club winning it. Well done to them, Sports Club second. Then we had Southern City, and then had Marandera Talents as well. Then going on to the ladies there, we had FC Raiders, FC Raiders first, Police in second, and third we had Zimbabwe. So again, great tournament, very excited. Sips?
Yeah, well, that brings us to the end of this segment on the rugby. We're heading across to the go-karting and a bit more about the motorsports section. Welcome back to the third sector. We're going to be talking about go-karting, motorsport, what's happening in Zimbabwe. Now, motorsport is definitely well and alive. It's kicking. It's definitely growing. Right now as we speak, the 4x4 Jamboree is happening at Donnybrook. But over the weekend, on the 1st of September, on Sunday, there was a go-karting final. And Seth Rukato was the winner of that final. And it seemed like to be a great race.
Yeah, absolutely. From what I heard, it's just phenomenal. Look, go-karting finals. Come on, it's alive in Zimbabwe. Come on. It's exciting to even find out that this is happening in Zimbabwe. Round 6, definitely for a lot of us that are motorsports enthusiasts, but not really sure and aware of that structure that's here in Zimbabwe. Come on, it's exciting to see that it's there, but we'll be definitely looking forward to having someone here to just give us more feedback on that. But it is the foundations for Formula 1. That I know for sure. Lots of finances are put into it. Lots of painstaking sweat and organizing and technology. Everything goes into that. There's so much that goes into place. You've definitely got to give it to the parents that put in the blood, sweat, and tears to support their children and the finances as well. Come on, thank you, and hopefully we can have someone leading a Zimbabwean driver in the Formula 1. If they continue this way, but it does take full-on commitment in there, but definitely we'll be looking forward to hearing more about it. But tell us about Seth Rukato winning. Like, what does that mean so far with our basic knowledge right now? What does that mean for us?
So he won the Rock group stages, and that was held at the Harare National Stadium at the pole position karts. And so what that means, because he won that, it means that he is going to the Rock World Super Finals, which will be hosted in Italy in October. So we're going to be wishing him all the best. He's going to be driving at an international stage, getting the exposure, meeting new people, and also just a great shout out to Kevin Dufty, who's been a huge part in the upkeep of the pole position karts. So Seth Rukato going to Italy in October, international stage. It's going to be exciting, especially at his young age. He's still a young spring chicken, and so it'll be good for him.
Absolutely. And one thing to be very clear about is all Formula 1 drivers, every single one that you know, started in go-karting. So definitely looking forward to hearing more when we get someone here to just tell us more about how that looks like here in Zimbabwe. But definitely please support, and then there'll be a clip as well with Tinashe Rukato, the father of Seth, just giving us feedback from this weekend's final. Sips?
So yeah, we'll cut across to that and we'll be back shortly.
Seth started when he was about 8 months. That's when he started liking cars. We picked it up when he was crawling, that he was liking cars. When he was about 3, that's when we got him his first car that he could get in. And he enjoyed driving that. When he was about 5, we went to Eastleigh for the go-karts, and unfortunately they said he's still too short. He has to come back in about a year or 2 for him to be able to race. But he cried so much that we then inquired what is needed to be done. So in fact, what happened, we went back the following year, he was measured again, he wasn't the height. But we then asked, we've seen that there seems to be a club. How do we go about it? That's when we were introduced to Kevin and Zach. That's when he was now 6, going 7. That's when they started coaching him at Eastleigh. He did that for about 6 months. That's when we were able to finally buy him his first cut. And from there on, he's just been racing. It was a big task, especially learning the ropes. When you were alone, at first he started with Z Academy, which was quite helpful. But when Zach left the country to go to the UK, it was another steep curve that came. Fortunately, Kelvin was able to stand in and he assisted. The financial side is the bigger burden. And it's not as easy. You go through a lot. I remember I shared with his mom a joke and I said, we used to worry about diapers, but now our worry is fuel and tires. From that time to now, he's just been racing locally here in Zimbabwe. We've never had the opportunity to go outside. I think this would be the first opportunity for him. It's a proud moment. It's been months of hard work, investing his time, dedicating his time. There's a lot of other things that have to happen before you race, like his physique. He's committed to swimming. I told him swimming is good for the physique. I've told him cycling is good, he's committed. So everything that's been needed to be done for him to be here, he's put in the time. We see him during the race days, he's improved his mentality, he's grown, he's matured, and it's just been a great journey watching him mature and be able to win this championship. So we've started. He has been having a lot of sit time. We have also committed to continue having more sit time. In terms of his physique, general fitness, he started swimming as well, and he's putting in the time for the swimming to improve his physique. And we will have more practice time here up until we're able to go to Italy.
What an inspirational video. Tinashe, Rukato and Seth and the parents working together, resilience, coming back year after year, being too short and still persevering. So it just goes to show you keep knocking, you keep trying, things eventually will happen. So we're going to wish Seth all the best in his journeys and go-karting. But also another name to look out for is Tawana Shambare. He's racing South Africa, he's winning, he's doing really well, and he's even racing in a class above his age. That's how well he's doing. So he's also another name to look out for. We're probably going to do a profile about him next week. But yeah.
Well, no, absolutely exciting. Thinking about it, look, it's amazing for those that are motorheads out there. And even if you're not, but definitely, please stay involved. If you haven't tried it, go try it. I did, when I was younger. We'll talk about that in a second. But again, parents, if you're interested, thinking about it, pole position cards, get a hold of them, get onto their Facebook page. Come on, get involved. If you are a motorhead like I am, definitely be looking forward to hearing more about this. We're going to have someone here on the show, which is going to be exciting, who's going to tell us more, give us insights on exactly what's happening here in Zimbabwe. But also, like you used that word earlier on, to quench our thirst for a bit of diesel or petrol, whatever your head is. And look, let's not forget esports. That's also something that's coming up. So if you're keen about that, do stay tuned in, get involved. And we'll definitely hear more about it in the seasons to come.
And Mark, I just want to ask you a question. We were talking about go-karting. It looks so fun. How confident are you behind a go-karting wheel?
Hey, I'm not sure with these kids. I'll have to see myself. This is exciting, but I think I'm pretty good behind the scenes. But we'll see. But I think I could, back in my day, could have also given it a little Form 1, kick if my parents also showed the same zeal. But definitely, we'll be looking forward to that. And you, how were you?
Look, I don't think I'll be beating Seth Rukato and Shambare anytime, but I think, I've tried it. I've had a bit of fun with it, but I'm nothing too experienced in that matter. But that brings us to the end of this segment.